YouTube, man. It's your boy Busy Burns, the Night Kage. You know what I mean? Endgame. Great movie. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, I don't know why you're here, unless you just don't care. So I'm letting y'all know right now it's going to be all spoiler talk. Don't get mad at me like you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You still have a couple seconds before I really jump into anything. But, yeah. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm not really into the MCU. I think out of all 20 plus movies, I like 8, maybe 9 of them. My favorite being Winter Soldier. That being said, this movie was great. And there's just a couple things stopping me from really calling this a masterpiece and loving this movie. Just like most movies, but it was some things that I'll probably get to tomorrow in another video. I have a lot of problems actually going back and thinking about the movie. That being said, that's why I wanted to take a couple days before I actually did this review so I could just, like calm down from the hype and actually look at it and critique it fairly. So without further ado, let's just jump into the movie. We start off with Hawkeye with his family, showing his daughter how to do the archery stuff, Everybody's happy-go-lucky. He turns around, next thing you know, they're ghosted. Powerful scene, too. Great acting by, I guess his name was Jeremy Renner or something like that. Great acting by him. You know what I mean? Then, if you've seen the trailers, with Tony and Nebula in space, and we jump to that, and they're playing, paper football. You throw your hands up with this, you try to kick it. Nebula's actually having fun for the first time, it seems like, But yeah, so Tony starts to make this, tape for Pep, trying to let her know like he loves her, and he tried to change and all this. And great acting by Robert Downey Jr. And it looks like he's about to die. He passes out on the floor. Nebula sits him in a chair. Then there's this bright light, and I didn't know who this was at first, but then I should have known. It was Captain Marvel, and she was coming to save him. So she flies him back down to Earth. The Avengers get the alert that somebody's came, and they come outside to greet him. Everybody's there, including Pep. Then we have this little segment between Tony and Cap still arguing. Never really resolved the issues from Civil War. And this was a great scene too, and Tony's just blaming Cap, like, bro, this would have never happened if we just would have been together, if you listened to me, blah blah blah. We all know it's not really Cap's fault, but then yeah, man, I want to just give a shout out to Robert Downey Jr. Just his acting throughout this whole movie was phenomenal. Then we see Captain Marvel's like, yo, let's just go get Thanos, bro. Like, let's do this. They like, yeah, what you mean? Like, we're not ready. We don't even know what he had. And she's like, look, y'all didn't have me. Point blank, y'all ain't had me, bro. Let's go. And Nebula's like, oh, I know exactly where he's at. So they go to Thanos. He's hurt. He's limping, all messed up. Like, it's like he about to die. And they confront him. They're like, yo, where the stones? Thanos like, yo, I destroyed the stones right after I did the snap. And they just can't believe it. Thor, still dealing with, feeling like he failed, chops his head off. Boom! Bro, in the point, in the theaters, I'm sitting there saying, yo, where do we go from here? Like, they just killed Thanos. Like, what's going on? You feel me? Boom. 5-year skip. We come back, we see the Avengers, they're all doing their own thing, just trying to keep the world safe in the best way they can at this moment, because they know everybody's still dealing with the snap. And Scarlet Joe, who plays Black Widow, she's doing great acting here too. She just can't deal with losing a piece of her family because the Avengers are her family. And she's looking for Hawkeye. Can't find him. Gonna find out Hawkeye out here as Ronin now, just killing bad guys. And you know what? I want to get into this. Because for those people who got so mad at Zack Snyder for making Batman kill people in BVS, I don't hear none of y'all doing the same complaint when it comes to Hawkeye, aka Ronin, in this movie. And if you want to say, oh, because he's Ronin, and in the comics he's Ronin, he kills too, bro. There's comics where Batman killed too. Like, I need people to stop picking and choosing and dick riding what's okay and what's not just because they like a certain company better than others, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I think we jump to Ant-Man's van. A rat is playing with the machine and basically frees Ant-Man. He comes back and he's like, yo, what happened? He goes to his daughter, his daughter's place where she lives, and she's like grown, probably a high schooler now. He can't believe it. Great scene too. I love that scene when he embraces her and like just has been missing her because he didn't know what was going on. So he ends up coming to the Avengers and he's like, yo, look, bro, like time is not the same in the quantum realm, and I think we can do something to the quantum realm when we can go back in time and actually undo the snap. And everybody's basically with it, but they're like, yo, we gotta get a team together. They try to get Tony. Tony has a family now. He has a daughter. You know what I mean? Him and Pep are married. They have a regular life. He's not with it. They try to get Hulk, and Hulk is just like Mr. Popular now, and he's just trying to, be cool and not be in no much drama. But he's gonna help. You know what I mean? And Black Widow goes to get Ronin, aka Hawkeye, and he just like slaughters the whole Yakuza. I'm guessing like he was just killing everybody. And she's like, look, man, you just gotta come back. There's a way we can get the stones. There's a way we can do this and undo everything that happened. So since Tony just want to help, they're trying to get Hulk to do it, and Hulk sends Ant-Man back in time. He comes back as an old man. He comes back as a baby. He comes back as a kid. They just can't get it right, and it was kind of funny how they was doing it. But they just couldn't get it right with the time travel. Meanwhile, Tony's at home with Pep, and he's actually just trying to come up with a way for them to go back in time, and he ends up doing it. He talks to Pep like, I want to do this, but I don't want to do this. Should I? She's just like, yo, man, like, do it, bro. Like, be that hero. And I love that scene too. Just like, you can feel that Tony just really wants to be Iron Man, but he also doesn't want to lose everything that he has right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, he comes back and he's like, look, yo, bro, I'm gonna help. You know what I mean? Him and Cap pieced it up. I was so happy to see them shake hands and just piece it up, bro. Like, that's the Avengers to me. Cap and Iron Man, you feel me? But yeah, and they also try to go get Thor. I forgot about that. When they go to Thor, he's living on New Asgard, which is on Earth somewhere. And I'm thinking it's the same place where he's seen Odin die in Ragnarok. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments. And Thor's fat, he's a drunk. He doesn't want to do anything but play Fortnite with, Korg, all them, which is a funny scene. He's just not ready for it. He doesn't even want to speak the name Thanos, But they talk him into it. They say they got beer. He just comes along for the ride. And then they had this whole thing to let us know, like, yo, we're going to do this whole mission, And then they basically made it a point to let us know the time travel in this movie is not going to be like Back to the Future or Terminator and stuff, where, like, if you change something in the past, it's not going to affect the current timeline. It's only going to affect that past one. So they're letting us, but they still don't want to, talk to their old selves or anything like that. They just want to go in the past to certain times in New York where all these stones were in the same place, and then they want to send 2 other teams to get the stones that's on different planets, right? So they hop into the quantum realm. They all go. So the Hulk, Captain America, Iron Man, and Ant-Man, they go to New York from Avengers 1. Great scene when we see the Hulk from Avengers 1 just thrashing, thrashing the aliens in that movie. And they're like, yo, Hulk, we need you to go smash. And I didn't really like this to see Hulk. It was funny, but Hulk's like, breaking cars, like, all right. Thinking back, I don't really like that scene. And then we have Iron Man and Ant-Man basically going to where they have Loki at, try to stop them from handing over the cube to S.H.I.E.L.D. and instead they grab the suitcase which holds the scepter. Matter of fact, it's a scepter. No, it was a cube. But what happens is the Hulk had to take the stairs when the Hulk was so mad. When he came down the stairs, he opened the door, pushes Tony out of the way. Tony loses the suitcase, and that Loki from 2012 grabs the cube and disappears. So they're like, yo, what do we do? Alright, well, before they can do anything, Cap is fighting his old self in 2012. And because he thinks he's Loki, Loki can change his appearance. And they're fighting. And dope scene. First off, dope scene. And he gets a scepter. He's like, yo, what do we do, bro? We only have a little bit left of these Pym particles. What do we do? They figured out, let's go back to a time where Tony's father and Pym were working together, and they basically had the cube. So they go back in that time, and you see Cap sees Betty, or Peggy, my bad. and you know he's just sad, and they're basically trying to find a cube and find more particles so he can jump back in time. And Tony grabs the cube. He sees his father. They have really a connection. Like he doesn't know that Tony's his son, but it's a connection. He's actually feeling and understanding more of his father that he never really got to know. And it's a great scene. Again, a great scene by Robert Downey Jr. So they get that. We see Nebula and War Machine on another planet trying to get another stone, and basically they had to stop Quill before Quill gets the stone in Guardians 1. They do. They stop him, and I think they get the stone. But what happens is Nebula's current self interacts, like her memories interact with the previous Nebula, and now Thanos knows, like, that the Avengers are here. He knows that he's accomplished his goal in the future, and that he, you know what I mean, he's gonna go get the stones now. Like, he knows where they're at. He's gonna go take this. He's gonna take this Nebula and use that Nebula and the Gamora from this era and send them to the future to go get the stones. You know what I'm saying? And then we have Black Widow and Hawkeye, and they go to Vermeer, I think it's called, where Red Skull is at to get the Soul Stone. Now here I already knew one of them had to die, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, are they gonna kill one of these people? Like, this is crazy to me. Like, I'm thinking they can't kill Black Widow because she has a movie coming out, and Hawkeye, like, he has to get his family back. So, but they had a great scene where it's like, who's gonna die? Who's gonna die? I'm gonna sacrifice myself. You know, I am, and it was just well done. And Black Widow's like, look, let me do this. Y'all are my family. I have nobody. You have to get back to your family. And she sacrificed herself. They killed Black Widow. And bro, like, I got sad, bro. I've never really been a fan of Black Widow, but I got sad. Like, she's an OG for the women of MCU. And I'm like, dang, we went there. So they go back and they got the stone. They find out, like, Black Widow made the ultimate sacrifice. And they're like, yo, we can't let this go in vain. We find out that Tony made a gauntlet from his tech. And they put the stones, they're trying to figure out who's going to use it to undo the snap. Thor wants to do it, but they're like, oh, Thor, bro, you can't do it, bro. You know what I mean? You cannot do this. You're not in the right frame of mind, you know? And Hulk's like, I'm going to do it. Mind you, Hulk in this movie is Professor Hulk. He's the physical form of Hulk, but he's mentally and verbally speaking as Banner. So he's like, I got this. He puts the gauntlet on, and it's like tearing the Hulk apart. And he's like trying to snap. Meanwhile, the evil Nebula, who came to the future with them, brought Thanos and Gamora and the old Nebula in a ship that was small, and went back and brought them to this current timeline. So as Hulk does the snap, and you see like birds are back to life and stuff like that, Thanos shoots missiles at the place. Boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking like, bro, people about to die here. Somehow, nobody died. I mean, which is crazy to me. But then, you know, Thanos sits and he's like, yo, he tells like Nebula the whole time, I'm like, bro, you want to make me happy and not be like your current Nebula who's betrayed me? Go get those stones. So she goes, and they're trying to get it from Hawkeye, or the gauntlet from Hawkeye. He said aliens, but he gets rid of them. Boom, Nebula and Gamora trap Hawkeye. That's when the old Nebula comes and is like, yo, listen, you can change. You do not have to follow Thanos. Like, we are better than Thanos. Like, you know, like, if I change, you can too. And she just doesn't want to hear it. She wants to make her father proud. She wants Thanos to be proud of her. You know what I mean? She didn't have that connection with Gamora and them that this Nebula did. And before Nebula can kill Hawkeye, our Nebula kills the one from the past. And I had a problem with that too. Like I said, I'll make another video on all the problems that I had with the movie, because there are actually a lot now that I think about it. Then we go to where Thanos is sitting, and yo, you know, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man walk up to him. They're like, what's he doing? He's been sitting there. They had this conversation, this dialogue, and Thanos is like, bro, you know, I know that I've succeeded in the future, but I'm going to go further, and I just want to destroy everybody. I'm going to destroy everything and start from new. He's like, because it's obvious that you're going to be here if I do it the way I did. You're going to be here to be able to undo what I did. So he said, yo, you know what? Before that happens, I'm killing y'all, and I'm going to destroy everything else. Then we cut to, I think, Nebula and Gamora, and they see Quill. No, I'm bugging. Wow, I'm bugging. Before I even happened. So they start scrapping with Thanos. And bro, this was hype because at one point, Thanos was busting him so bad that it was just Cap left. But Cap uses Mjolnir, whatever, like Thor's hammer, bruh. Bro, when he got that, I lost it. The crowd, like the theater I was in was cheering. It was dope, and we all know that he moved it a little bit in Age of Ultron. And I've heard that the reason that Cap couldn't fully possess it there was because he was holding on to the secret of Bucky killing Tony's parents. And now that he didn't have that secret anymore, he was fully worthy of the hammer. But bro, it's also a problem I have with the movie, this part right here, but it's dope to see. He was tearing Thanos up with this hammer and doing all this combat, bro. It was fire. Straight out the comic books, you know what I'm saying? And then basically, like, they still can't stop Thanos, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't, bro. He's about to kill Tony. Next thing, he's about to kill Cap. Cap is the only one standing. He puts his broken shield back on. He's about to go to war. Next thing you know, you hear Falcon saying, "Hey, Cap, I'm on your left." And Cap's face. Oh my God, Chris Evans sold this like $1 million. The look on Cap's face of just being like shocked and disbelief and happy at the same time. And then you see Doctor Strange's portal open up, and here comes Black Panther and Shuri and I forgot her name, but yeah, old girl from The Walking Dead. And then you just see all the Avengers start coming out of these portals, and all of Doctor Strange and his people, and all the Wakandans and all the Asgardians, and Valkyrie, Wasp, you know what I mean? And then they also bring freaking Pep in the Iron Woman suit. Like, bro, it was fire, bro. Like, the Guardians was there. And before and Thanos is like, all right, this is how it's gonna go. He brings his whole army, and I guess it's the same army he had in New York, and he also has his kids, because mind you, the old Thanos, the sons of Thanos, the children of Thanos, they weren't dead, so they're there with him too. And it's just all out battle, bro. And this battle, hard to fully watch, but it was amazing to see, and it was done really well. I think it was done the best way they could. And we go off, and there's a scene where Gamora and Nebula see Quill, and she's like. And he thinks it's his Gamora. He's like, yo, I miss you. Where you been? And she just like, boom, kicks him in the nuts. Boom, kicks him, punches him. He's like, bro, you got me the first time. And she's like, Nebula, like, I get with him. And it's a joke. She's like, yeah, well, it was that or a raccoon or a tree. Funny. And then we go back to the battle. This battle's getting crazy. And now Thanos is like, go get the gauntlet. So it's this dope scene, which I don't care what anybody says. They stole this scene from that scene in Justice League where they're trying to keep the mother box from Steppenwolf. But yeah, it's like all the Avengers having to turn, trying to keep the gauntlet away from Thanos. Black Panther takes it. Spider-Man had the best part of that. He was taking it. There was a dope scene of Scarlet Witch battling Thanos. Yo, like they actually finally made her powerful. Where like, yes, she gave Thanos a run for her money, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all know, anybody who knows comics knows she's like a beast. And then there's a dope shot of all the women, which I wish Black Widow would have been in there, because she's the OG for the women, like that shot was missing her. But that was a dope scene. And then yeah, Thanos is like, bro, this has got to stop. And he has his ships just shoot mad missiles and explosives to try to put the war in his favor. And it basically almost happens until here comes Captain Marvel blowing up the ship. Next thing you know, she got the gauntlet and she going. And freaking Thanos blows up the quantum realm thing that's in the van. So I'm like, how are they going to return the stones back to the original timelines? They have to do that so those timelines aren't messed up. And Captain Marvel and Hulk, and Thanos is going at it. Boom, boom, boom. And she getting the best of him, but then he pulls the Power Stone from the glove and hits her and charges up his punch and hits her. Boom, knocks her out. So now, like, Tony's looking at like, yo, like, we're still going to win? Like, and Doctor Strange looks at him and says, no, this is that one time we win. And just when all is lost and looks like Thanos is about to do this, Tony fights him, steals the stones and puts it in his gauntlet, and Tony snaps. And then from there we see everybody from Thanos' army, including Thanos, dusted. And this is where I freaking cried. As a grown man, I cried, bro. When they show Tony, and Tony is just messed up, can't speak. He was a human who did it, you know what I mean? And you see Peter, and Peter's like, yo, like, no, like, not you. And Pep's there, and she's like, you could rest now. Pep's like, you can rest. You can go to that dream. of us. I'm about to cry thinking about this. You can go to that dream of us and just be happy. You did what you had to do. And it's just sad to see Tony go out like that, bro. Like, I get it that the MCU had to start with Iron Man and end with Iron Man, but well, not the MCU, but this saga. But it's like, bro, like, he had a family, bro. He had everything that he ever wanted. He just, and then yeah. So then we see everybody return back to normal life. We see Spidey, you know, Peter goes back to school. His friends are there. We see the Guardian. Oh yeah, we see the Guardians, and they want to go find Gamora, and Nebula's with him now. And you know what else joins them? Thor. And it's a funny little dialogue between him and Quill, and he's like, yeah, you know, the Asgardians are of the galaxy, whatever. And I guess he's gonna be in Guardians 3, and I guess they're gonna go looking for Gamora. And before that, though, Thor told Valkyrie that she could rule New Asgard as queen. They don't know how I really feel about that, but whatever. And we see the funeral for Tony, where Cap, everybody's there. Fury, Captain Marvel, Captain America, Ant-Man and his girl, and Michelle's Pfeiffer character, and Hank Pym, and the dude from the little kid from Iron Man 3 was there. He's a grown kid. I didn't know who that was at first. I was like, who is this kid? Shield was there. Everybody was there, bro. And it was a sad moment because at first they had this hologram of Tony. He just explaining to people, like, he basically knew this was gonna happen. That's what I'm getting. He knew this was gonna happen, and his daughter doesn't know how to react. And Happy, which I love the scene, like Happy's just sitting next to his daughter, and you get the feeling like, you know what, she's in good hands. She has Happy there. Tony's main man. I'm about to cry again. Dang, I'm trying to think about this. Hold up. Alright, and then yeah, they say, yo, look, Cap, you gotta bring back the stones to the right place, man. And you got 5 seconds. We will take however long you need in there, but you got 5 seconds. He does that, and he try to bring Cap back. Cap doesn't come back. And I think Bucky knows. Bucky kind of knew, you know what I mean? Because you can tell how he was saying bye to Cap. Then we see an old guy sitting there. And I'm thinking, like, is this Cap without the super soldier serum? Like, what's going on here? It's just Cap. And we find out that Cap stayed back in time to live with Peggy. And lived a whole life. And he says, he brought his shield, and he's like, you know, I lived a happy life. And he's like, he looks at Falcon, he's like, here, bro. Falcon's like, I like this. He's like, how's it feel? He's like, it feels like someone else's. But he's like, it's not. And I'm guessing Falcon is the new Captain America. Yeah, man. And I think if I remember, that's how it ended. But oh, and then I forgot, there was a dope scene when they put the first core that Iron Man made, and he put it in the water and put it in the lake and let it just float. It was dope, man. This movie was just phenomenal. There's a couple problems I have. Like I said, I'm gonna make a whole other video about this tomorrow. But just, it's definitely easily one of the best MCU movies, bro. It's better than Infinity War to me. It hits so many emotions and beats to the great movie, man. But I will say this in this video, my biggest thing about the last 2 movies or any Avenger movie is that at this point I feel like we've established that Cap is the hero, but we didn't get that. Once again, I feel like this movie was focused around Iron Man. And I feel like Cap doesn't get enough love, man. I don't know, man, but I had problems with Hulk. Like I said, I'm gonna get into that tomorrow. Problems with certain things that happened in the past in the movie, and then a lot of things. But if I had to rate this movie, I'd give it a B. It should be like an A plus, but just think about it now. There's a lot of problems, man. I'm telling you, tomorrow, if you tune back into me, I'm gonna explain it fully of my problems with this movie. But just first impressions when I first saw that, man, I had a lot of emotion. Like I said, I cried like a grown man when I seen Tony die and sacrifice his life for the world, you know, and it's bringing it full circle. Man, this movie was, it's crazy, man. It's good, but it has so many problems, bro. It's so good, though. Man. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little review of the movie, just in case y'all, you know, want to know my opinions, in case you didn't want to see it and you just want to know what happened. Like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna get into more detail of what I don't like in the movie, and probably get into more detail of what I think was excellent in the movie too. But yeah, I give it a B. I definitely want to see it again. I suggest y'all go see it again. Maybe we all missed a couple things. I'm sure I missed some things in this review, but yeah, man, it's Naito Kage, man. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'm signing out.